When you're trying to forget something, for years I've been trying to forget, and then here you are, and then you're told, bring back those memories. Not the best of places to be, but it's important. About 3 years ago, I was locked up all alone. I didn't want to see the light. I didn't want to take a shower. I didn't want to eat. I didn't want to hear the sound of the birds, and that was a dark place to be. And getting out of there is quite something else. Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's been a long while since I did an episode, and it happens to the best of us. Energy levels just come and go, they fluctuate. One day you are excited about doing something, the next day you don't want to do anything. So I took a step back. I wanted to focus on myself. I wanted to put myself together and start again, and here I am. So thank you for tuning in. This is Terry's View, and today I want to share with you something that my doctor described as extreme anxiety disorder. Yeah, msiseme eti hii ni mental issues, amekuwa wazimu. No, I know you might be wondering, what is this extreme anxiety disorder? I am not a psychologist, I am not a medical doctor, but from what I was going through, I had these intense, very, very intense episodes of sadness. Like, one moment I'll be happy, the next moment I'm extremely sad and quiet and, antisocial. And I wouldn't want to see anybody around me, or I wouldn't want to hear a sound of anything. And there were days that I would prefer to be all alone in a room, lights off, totally dark. And I remember at some point about 3 years ago, I was locked up all alone. I didn't want to see the light. I didn't want to take a shower. I didn't want to eat. I just wanted to, I kept myself busy, and I was working, editing. And that was a dark place to be. And getting out of there is quite something else. Personally, I have grown experiencing so much traumas and difficult situations since my childhood, and I think to this day I have really not resolved most of those issues. And so a while back, a few months ago, I went to check on a clinical psychologist. So I sat down with him, and so he asked me to share my story from my childhood, blah, 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 to this moment. So there I was, opening up. And then at some point, I remember the breaking moments. I couldn't bring myself to talk about certain issues, because these are things I really want to forget and bury and move on with life and pretend like nothing really happened. So on this particular occasion, a few months ago, a friend of mine encouraged me, because she had also visited the same psychologist. So she told me, I think it's good if you go and talk to Dr. ABCD. So there I went. Then yeah, during these intense moments when I felt worried, I felt sick, I felt tired, I felt extremely worried, I realized that as much as I worried, there was no solution. Yeah. So that's when I took a step further and visited a psychologist with a hope that I'll get answers to my, to my problems. But I think it made it worse, especially when you're trying to forget something. For years I've been trying to forget, and then here you are, and then you're told, bring back those memories. Not the best of places to be, but it's important, because when you open up, then you create room for healing. You create a space for forgiveness. And so what the psychologist told me is, as much as I wanted to hate on these people who caused me so much pain, and some of them are no longer alive, they are dead and gone, it will not bring them back. Yeah. So he asked me to forgive and forget. Yeah. It's easy. Yes, I forgive, I forgot, but you can never totally erase those memories. You can never do that. So what happened during those days when I didn't want anybody around me? I didn't want to hear the sound of the birds. I didn't want to hear the sound of my children in the background. I didn't want. What happened is I would get easily agitated and angry, and I will snap. So I remember whenever I am very worried about situations and my mind is not settled and I get interrupted, I snap. So if you mess up with me, you won't like me. So that's what was happening. And I remember also that I used to be very, very angry, and I would, unleash it on my children, and I would, shout at them, and I would, push them away instead of being there for them, loving them and embracing them. So these feelings of extreme anxiety, they take a toll on us. They interfere with our daily activities, and they interfere with our mental health. Each and every one of us, there are seasons and episodes that we find ourselves worrying about issues, and most times it's because we don't have control over them. So we worry and we worry and we worry, and without knowing that it's taking a toll on our health, and then we are compromising our mental health. And truly, let me tell you, without your mental health in check, then you are a nobody. Your mental health is your priority. So I will urge each and every one of us to be wary of situations or people or circumstances that put us at risk of, losing ourselves, all in the name of maybe you're working in an environment that's toxic, or you have issues at home that you're battling with, or you have these bottled up issues that you've never resolved, and some of them could surface from your childhood. And so because you've never dealt with them, so they take a big chunk of your mental health, and it affects you in the long run. So I will encourage us, those of us who are watching this video, that worrying does not entirely add a single day into your life. It doesn't. It actually steals away your years on earth. Yeah, it robs you of your joy. It robs you of great friendships. It robs you of opportunities, because when you're worried and all you want to do is sleep or cry, it doesn't solve anything. You just want to be alone, so you can't be constructive. You can't go out there and have meaningful conversations with people and look for opportunities. You can't. So it's important that you learn to talk about them. Yeah, find people who you trust and open up to them. I know you don't always have to go to seek the services of a counselor or a psychologist for you to heal. There are people in this life who have gone through the worst of days, and they have gone through so much traumatic events in life, but they have emerged strong and they have come out strong. And those are the people that you should identify, and they will help you to get out of your situation, because they did. I hope this video will encourage you to stand strong for yourself. So whenever you're faced with doubting moments, whether you are on the right track, whether you're doing the right thing, whenever you're asking yourself, why me? Always remember that sometimes you go through the toughest lessons or challenges in life so that we can be a reflection of God's strength. Yeah, that through us, somebody else can look up to heaven and say, God, you gave me the strength to carry on because I learned from somebody else. I learned by seeing somebody else going through this and they overcame. And so because of that, I will overcome and I will trust in you. So until next time, this is Terry's View. Please subscribe, please share, please like, leave me a comment, let me know if you will want to, maybe have a conversation with me and we could share